All right, so the last thing we're going to look at with vectors is finding a unit vector in the direction of v. All right, so just to remind you, a unit vector is a vector that has a magnitude or a length of 1. Okay, so if we have a vector v and we want to find a unit vector in the same direction as that vector v, then basically we take the vector v and we divide it by its magnitude. What this does is it makes it have the same direction as it did originally, but by dividing out its magnitude, you're going to be left with a magnitude of 1. So just to kind of show this to you visually, for those of you who are visual people, right, say we have our vector v, then what we're looking for is a vector u in the same direction as v, but that just has a length of 1. So again, we're going to find the magnitude of vector v, divide it out, and that'll leave us with a magnitude of 1. Okay, so let's just look at a couple quick examples here. So we are trying to find the unit vector in the same direction as the vector 2, -4. Okay, so the first step is to find the magnitude of this vector, which is just Pythagorean theorem. So 2 squared plus 4 squared. All right, so that would be the square root of 20 or 2√5. Okay. All right, so then the unit vector in the same direction as v is just the original vector v divided by its magnitude. Okay, so I'm just going to switch to the I and j notation. I find it a little bit easier to work with. So that'd be a 2i minus 4j, and then divided by 2√5. Okay. Now, of course, we can't leave it like that. For one, we want to split it up as our I and j separately, and for two, we need to simplify and rationalize our denominator. Okay, so 2 divided by 2√5, 2's would cancel, and then rationalizing would give us √5 over 5 in the I direction. And then 4 over 2√5, the 4 over 2 reduces, and then rationalizing would give us 2√5 over 5 in the j direction. So that is our unit vector. Okay, let's try one more. So finding the unit vector in the direction of the vector 4, -3. So we're going to start by finding the magnitude of v using Pythagorean's theorem. So 4 squared plus 3 squared would give us a magnitude of 5. So then our unit vector in the direction of v, we just take our vector v, 4i minus 3j, and divide by its magnitude of 5, and then just simplify. So 4/5 I minus 3/5 j. And that's our answer. Okay. All right, last one. Finding the unit vector in the direction of -5, 12. So find the magnitude of v to start with. So 5 squared plus 12 squared, which would give us 13 as our magnitude. So the unit vector in the direction of v would be -5i plus 12j all over 13. And then just simplifying, -5 over 13i plus 12 over 13j. Okay. All right, guys, so that is it for our vectors.